Hey guys, it's Lauren J. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I like to do get ready with me style videos using products that are new to me, or just need a little bit more love in my collection. Today I'm going to be using some products that are new to me and need a little bit more love in my collection. So if you want to see me using some items I recently purchased during my birthday shopping spree, or if you want to see some of the makeup from my collection that I am still currently using, just keep watching. Okay, so I woke up to about 2 feet of snow outside. It is the end of March. Not that unusual for the Midwest, but still a little sad because yesterday there was no snow on the ground and I was able to walk around in tennis shoes. Today I shoveled snow off my porch. That was fun. So anyway, I have been sitting, I've been laying on my couch watching YouTube. So I recently watched Allison Chase's video about her blue look, her blue signature look. So I was a little bit inspired by that. And I do have some new palettes with blue in them that I want to try out. So today on my nails, this is Orly's Touch of Magic. So I actually have it on top of Rouge Cuir from Chanel. So I've had that on for about a week, and yesterday I put this over top, and it's this really beautiful, you could see it in here, I'm not sure, but it's got this beautiful multi-chrome shift from magenta to gold to green, and it's beautiful and I love it. So starting out today as usual with skincare and sunscreen already done, and I'm going to go into the Clarins SOS primer. It is a nice illuminating, almost pearly but not glittery primer that isn't too intensely hydrating but does prep your skin very nicely for makeup. Next, I'm going into the Merit Brow 1980 in Blonde. And then to prep my eyes for eyeshadow or powder eyeshadow, I'm actually going to go into the Mercier. This is the Caviar Stick Eye Color. This is the creme one, or it's a cream matte in Vanilla Kiss. And this is not a primer per se, but it does lay down a nice white base on my eyes. And it doesn't move around too much. It's not as grippy as a primer would be, but it is a very nice base just to help colors stand out quite a bit. It is also just really smooth and easy to blend out. And these Caviar eye sticks are so easy to blend out. They don't set really quickly or anything. They are easy to work with during the day if you need to, you know, repat out the shimmer shadow that you put out on it. There is a little bit, if you have like oily lids or just sweat a lot during the day, there is going to be, you know, some movage and some creasing, but not as much as without applying this. And if you're just going for like a really simple look with kind of like a blanked out base with a nice shimmer over the top and a nice liner, I think it works just beautifully and is really just low maintenance. So today I'm going to use two palettes, one that is new to me and one that needs more love in my collection. You've already seen one because I've been using the mirror in it, but the new one to me is the Welcome to London palette from Essence. I picked this up at Ulta on my birthday. It was the last one they had, and I did not notice when I bought it, but then I noticed when I got it home that it has a crack in the mirror, which is fine if there's plastic over this, so it's not crumbling or getting into the shadow. So I'm going to be very careful with it. I might end up actually taking the mirror out of here because I don't think it's going to be very functional anyway. But this is the color story of the Welcome to London, and I really like the idea of the Essence eyeshadow palettes. They kind of have their own version of like travel palettes where it's welcome to Miami, welcome to Florence. I don't know, there's a bunch of destinations, but the London one obviously called to me because it has those blue shades, it has those orangey shades, and it has a, you know, it has the grays in there. But like I said, I recently watched Allison Chase do her blue look, so I got inspired to use these over here, and of course I'm going to blend it without some of these orangey goldy shades, and we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. I know these Essence palettes do not have a great reputation. Some people love them, some people really do not like them. But we'll just check out the quality of this blue and see how it holds up. And the palette that needs more love in my collection is the Alice in Wonderland times Sigma times Disney collaboration. I bought this last year and I love this color story. And these shades just all need way more love in my collection. So I am going to use some of these like more coppery shades over here, especially March Hare or Mr. Walrus. These are just lovely shades. And I don't know, I might throw in some of these blues, but we'll see where it takes us. But this palette the colors in here are so good and I really need to use it more. I just have not been doing super colorful looks lately. So we're going to see how Sigma and Essence work together. Okay, so I did just peel off the plastic on here and I'm actually going to put it on over top of the mirror here, just in case. So again, here's the color story. And I don't know if I'm going to start with, yeah, let's start with this. And I'm going to go into this shade right here. It's one of these like mottled shades with, you know, a bunch of different mixes in it. And we'll see how this turns out. I'm just using an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. And we'll put that in the crease. Well, that's very lovely. It's very light, but it's nice and orangey. Very warm. Not super pigmented, but my skin is very pale, so it'll show up. Plus I'm using a very, very light stick eyeshadow underneath, so it is showing up. I have a feeling it probably would not on a deeper skin tone. There's a bit of kick up in the pan. Yeah, that went on very nicely as a crease shade. Again, it is super light. Let's see what happens when we go into this orange shade here with the same brush. It's like this deep reddish orange shade. I'll just put that. It's a little bit brighter, a little bit more like tangerine. Not a super ton of pigment. Not a super ton of pigment. Definitely not as deep as in the pan. You're not going to get that deep reddish brown. Certainly not as red in pan as it looks. Very bright orangey, so I mean I think that works for the most part for what I'm intending, because I am going to go in with the blue. So I'm going to take a flat shader from BH Cosmetics and I am going to go into the blue shade here. I think you can see it has the Ferris wheel embossed into it. I love that there's like a little teacup over here too. I think those are the only two like embossings. Yeah, those are the only two. But I'm going to go into this blue shade and see how this performs. I'm going to put this on the outer half of the eye. And I'm loading up my brush. Definitely one of those that has a more purple to it. Very like indigo blue, blue jean blue, denim blue. And I'm trying to keep it, you know, to the mobile lid, but of course I'm going to screw up and get it in the crease, but that's going to happen anyway because I have hooded lids. It's just going to happen. But packed on, it's not bad. It's not super sparkly. It's just a nice shimmer. It is, you know, packing it on, it is very nicely pigmented, and it is coming up from pan pretty easily with this flat brush. We'll see how it wears during the day, but it is building nicely. Which is kind of nice because I have had some blue shades that are just really shiny in pan, but they're just packed too hard, and you just can't get any pigment up off of it. So this is nice that I can actually get pigment, like pigment, blue, deep blue pigment on first, like application. That's pretty decent. And if you don't want to do like a full-on blue look, this would always be really pretty as a liner. Or I don't tend to do shadow under the eye just because I have dark circles, so I would not use a blue under my eye. But if you wanted to do that, you could absolutely, this would look really nice as a jewel tone. Yeah, I would say this is definitely like a jewel tone, but not like a boom, like shiny, like Viseart blue can be. This is just like a nice, I have glitter in my brows. Why do I have glitter in my brows? Anyway, it's just like a really nice jewel tone, almost satiny shimmer. And I don't have fallout really, which is nice because blue fallout can be a mess. But I always do my eyes first anyway. I just love to do my eyes. It's my favorite part of my routine. So I'm probably always just going to do my eyes first and then let the rest of the look evolve from there. That's really nice and deep. I am very impressed. I was not expecting much from this. Kudos to Essence for a really decent blue. So now I'm going to go into the Alice in Wonderland palette, and to sort of balance out the blue and complement the orange, I'm going to go into this color right here, March Hare, which is not a super shiny metallic, but it is a nice, beautiful shimmer copper. And we're going to put that in the inner part of the eye. And see how that just really complements? Because you've got that copper in it, which goes with the orange, which contrasts beautifully with the blue. I don't know, I love a really beautiful orange and blue look. I think it's so pretty. And I'm just taking it right up to the blue. And I'm just putting a little in the crease just to sort of clean up that blue, because this is a nice high coverage shimmer. It's not sheer at all. And I don't actually mind a shimmer in my crease, and maybe it's not ideal for eyes like mine, but I don't actually mind it. And I think now to go into the center, just to sort of meld them, I'm going to go into Wonderland right here, which is this turquoise with a black base. And I'm just going to pat that over the center where the shades are meeting. And this reminds me of, there's a quad from Guerlain, their Ombre G quad called Mystic Peacock. And I think this looks a lot like what you might get out of that. It's really pretty. Just the contrast with the copper, the sort of aqua, deep blue. Definitely an I'm wearing makeup look. Yeah. Very pretty. I'm going to try out this one right here. This is a kind of like a gray blue, and we're just going to put that over top just to lighten that up a little bit. It just adds a little bit of something, not much, but a little bit of something. Tones down the green a little bit and makes more of an ombre. I think I'm going to take a bit of Alice here, this pretty beautiful blue from the Alice in Wonderland palette, and I'm just going to put a bit of that on the inner corner. I'm not going for like a super high shine inner corner, I just want a little bit of contrast. With that copper. We just tried pinky. That definitely works for me. Definitely works for me. All right. And I'm definitely going to need a liner with this, and I'm going to go with a black liquid liner. I'm going to go into the Araceli Ojos Perfectos liquid eyeliner. I got this as a gift from my sister, and she got it in her Ipsy. And this is a felt tip liner. But I've been neglecting this one for a while, and it definitely needs more love. So there's the liner, and then I'm going to go in with my little sample of the Chanel Noir Allure mascara. So that is the eye look for now with mascara, and now I am going to go into my base products. So I've already done primer, so I'm going to go in with a mixture of two things because I do want a little bit more high coverage. I recently got through my Chanel Water Fresh Tint. I do have another one as a backup, but I do want to go through my Rose Inc Skin Enhanced Luminous Tinted Serum. And this is a really nice dupe for the Chanel one. It is a little bit more higher coverage. And then I have this Pacifica Alight foundation, which I don't know is even made anymore. I got it on sale a real long time ago. It's very thick, it's very light, but it does provide a ton of coverage, so you don't need much. So I'm going to mix these together. I'm going to do one pump of the Rose Inc and one pump of the, that'll be enough, about a pump or a little less of the Pacifica. Chanel 101 foundation brush, and mix it on the back of my hand. And as you can see, this is definitely giving me coverage, but not like a massive mask-like amount, which is when you're wearing heavier eye looks, sure, but I also just don't want to feel all of that sitting on my face. So I find that mixing these thicker foundations with a serum-like tint really does work for me, because it does help with the dry down of these thicker foundations, because they can look real streaky with a brush. And I'm not really into sponges right now. I do have a ton of sponges, but they need to be clean, and I have not used them for almost a year, I think. I've just been into brushes and tinted serums, so mixing my more high coverage stuff with my low coverage stuff that dries down really beautifully has been a winner for me. And because my skin is drier, I do especially have some dryness right here. There is going to be some sticking, there is going to be, you know, some flaking, but that is just how life is sometimes. So as concealer, not really, but sort of, I'm going to be using my Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder. I like this for more coverage, but also for not feeling super heavy, and because I don't have to powder it, I get less of that dryness coming through. So instead of using a heavier liquid concealer like the Anastasia or my Benefit Erase, whatever that is, it's really thick and dries really fast. I use this instead just because I still want the aesthetic of easy to use but definitely coverage, and that helps me. This Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder helps me with that. As you can see, that just pats out super easy, doesn't pick up the foundation underneath, blends really nice. And again, I got that as a recommendation from Khaki Reviews Beauty to use this kind of more as like, not necessarily a concealer, but something that will set or blur or have a more beautiful powder-like finish without using powder under the eyes. So I'm going to go in and do some bronzing now. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Donut. And then for a stronger cheek look today, I'm going to go into Laura Mercier's Pomegranate. This is a sheen fuchsia pink. This gives a nice flush where I want it. And then we're going to top it off with the Westman Atelier Light Up Highlight Stick in Brulee. I'm just going to twist this up and tap from my fingers. Okay, so it is time to wash my hands and set my face with some setting spray, and I will be right back. Okay, so face is sprayed, hands are washed, and hair is down. We're going to finish up with lips and perfume. So I have 3 new lip pencils to show you today, actually new to me. So recently at the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, they had the half off on the About Face Matte Fix lip pencils. I love these pencils. These are some of my favorite lip pencils. So easy to use, so easily blendable, and they look beautiful underneath Chanel gloss. So I picked up 4 new ones. I used this one the other day. This is Paper Romance, and I believe it's rosewood or brick or rosewood. But anyway, I didn't have any brownish kind of liners, so I picked that one up, and it looks beautiful with Melted Honey from Chanel underneath it. Lockdown. Oop. That was my fault. Oh well. Okay, well, I did that, but we'll see what the color looks like. This is more of a berry tone. Then we have a Midnight Seduction, which was sold out for a very long time on the Ulta site, but finally came back into stock for the sale. And this is more of a beige. More of a beige rose. Pretty sure this is the one I'm going to use today. And then for some color, I got Love Like a Sunset. Yeah, just like a bright orangey coral. These are all really pretty. Can't wait to play with them over the summer. Today, since I used Paper Romance yesterday, today I'm going to use Midnight Seduction. Just that one right here. Yeah, this is definitely a My Lips But Better. Not super deep, but makes your lips look like they're there. I think that actually goes quite nicely with this look, just kind of takes it takes the lips down a little bit, but they're still there. And I am going to be using over top of that the sample of the Dior Addict Lip Maximizer that I got. So I'm going to be using number 8 Dior Intense, or Dior 8 Intense. Ooh, that's a nice orangey red. I think the lip liner, since it's a little bit cooler, just takes it down a little bit. Yes, that is a very nice surprise. I really do like that. Get my hair out of my face, but yes, I really do like that. That's very pretty. Okay, so I'm going to finish off with one of my Dries Van Noten perfumes. This is one of the sets that I got for Christmas, one of their little samplers. So this is the Seduction Malacay, and it's the more sort of intense, woody fragrances. I wanted the Soy Malacay, and there are just a ton of other beautiful, intense fragrances in here. So we have Cannabis Patchouli, Voodoo Chili, or Voodoo Chile, Rock the Myrrh, Fleur de Mal, and Soy Malaki. And I think I'm gonna stick with Soie. Is it Soie or Soy? Soie Malaki. Soie Malaki. Apologize for my pronunciation. It is the beautiful bottle with like the porcelain, blue and white porcelain on the bottom of it. And this is just, oh, so good. It's chestnut and silk. And it's a deeper fragrance, not florally at all. Deep and ambery, and I love it so much. It's definitely like, I don't know if I'd say it's a nighttime fragrance, but it's definitely something you probably wouldn't wear to the office, but I might. Who knows? I love the smell of it. It's just so ambery, but also sweet. Intense, but not too intense. You smell it, but you don't mind that you smell it. And I've definitely been neglecting these little guys. They've been sitting over on my dresser, just waiting for me to try them out again, and I've been ignoring them, and I need to stop doing that. Okay, so this is the finished look. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I really, really enjoy it. Not the look I thought I was gonna do today, but again, I was inspired by another YouTuber. She's just been inspiring the heck out of me lately. I've just been obsessed with her channel, and I love her Chanel videos, and so I wanted to play with some blue. And I had some new blue, and I have some palettes that need more love, that complement the blue. So I think it came together really nicely. Love mixing old, new, and just seeing how everything comes out. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any of those would be welcome, and all of them would be appreciated. And I will see you in the next one, guys.